Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jediism 101, where we have been exploring what it takes to be a Jedi realist in today's world. Now, if you remember from our previous discussions, a Jedi realist is a person who has taken the ways of the Jedi from the Star Wars universe, this is a fictional thing, but has taken an example from the Star Wars universe, the Jedi within, the movies, the books, the role playing game, the TV shows, the comics, what have you, and has decided that this actually might not be a bad way to live, and has now tried to do their best to adhere to this structure of being a Jedi. So, what we have been working on has been the vows of the Jedi. So, the next one up on our list is called the vow of possession. This reads thusly: possession is not forbidden to the Jedi, and neither is it discouraged. A Jedi must guard against greed and avarice, however. Ownership of things such as a home, clothing, food, and even the luxuries and conveniences of life is encouraged among the Jedi, and possession grounds the Jedi in physical reality. So, So this is weird. Jedi are monk-like people. They have vows, they have beliefs, they have beliefs, they have a lot of things. But in some monastic organizations, they say you must give up your worldly possessions. You must live without nothing. You know, these are, and there's nothing wrong with that. If these Tibetan monks, Buddhists, whatever you want to call it, or whomever, want to give up all their worldly possessions to live a life of servitude and contemplation, and they give up everything they've ever owned. Nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. Jedi are not like that. Jedi have possessions. Even in the movies, they have possessions. You know, I mean, the clothes on their back, their robes. You notice how each Jedi had a different style of robes that they used. Well, that's their own style. That's how they look at it. Some of it's a cultural thing. Some of it is more traditional Jedi, but a lot of it's modified off the basically variations on the theme. Look at their lightsabers. In all of Jedi history, as far as fictional goes, each individual made their own lightsaber. That lightsaber was key to who they were as a person, kind of showed what kind of Jedi they were. Now, in watching some videos I've been seeing on YouTube and stuff like that, most Jedi, they make their lightsaber once, they completed that part of their trial, they move on. This is the lightsaber that they carry forever, and unless it gets damaged, destroyed, or stolen, which that is a very grave offense, but usually modifications never happen. The one exception to this rule that we've noticed the most throughout that is Anakin. Now, Anakin Skywalker was already a kind of a gearhead. He loved machines. It soothed him. It was a better meditation for him than actual meditation. Just, life, as he said, life seems simpler when you're fixing things. That now, regardless of the number of lightsabers that he lost or were destroyed, when he finally got a personal saber that he liked, he modified that thing all the time. Stronger alloy, wider emitter, stronger beam. Sorry, probably an allergy. Yeah, but that made it his. It was his lightsaber. I mean, not to mention the fact that it's the most recognizable piece of kit in the whole Star Wars universe is Anakin's lightsaber. So, but you can tell it's his. It's his thing. His speeder, his fighter. Even if they get damaged and destroyed, he makes them his. And so Jedi are not above that. Imagine in some books I've read and such like that the quarters of a Jedi is not stark, cell of stone and pillow with the desk. It is made up to them. Sometimes they have some keepsakes from the missions they've gone on. These are little bits of them. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with possessing things. Obsession with those possessions, that's a different story. That leads to greed. The accumulation of things, that's greed. And when greed can turn to anger, especially when you either can't get the thing or lose the thing very quickly. So I think in this manner here, possess things. That's great. They say they are you. If you look behind me, you can see a couple things that are very much me. I mean, between the dragon letter opener that's on the wall there, my Star Wars novels, Transformers on top of that, and heck, that little thing you can see up on top of Silverbolt, well, that is Tribble. My mother got me that when she went to the Star Trek experience in Vegas when she was out there. All these years, I still have it. It's me. It's part of me. So there's nothing wrong with having possessions. But I think the one thing I would caution against is having so many possessions that it now kind of goes to hoarding. When your possessions take over your living space and they take over your life, that's not good. Shadows of greed, shadows of disorganization, shadows of chaos is what that can be. Even if all the stuff is organized. Should have turned off that notification. My apologies. Even if the stuff is organized, I've seen organized hoarders. But so there's a fine balance. You can live a life with possessions as long as the possessions are not your life. I want to hope that makes sense. So with that bit of profoundness, hoping that actually made sense to everybody, I'm going to leave you with that. So remember, everybody, drink more water, eat clean food, get some activity in, get some fresh air in, spend some time in nature. While you're out in nature, make sure that you are kind to it. Be kind to animals that you know and see. Be kind to the people that you meet, because they're fighting battles that you don't know anything of. And one thing you don't want to be as a person, as a Jedi, is part of the problem. Then also remember to be kind to yourself. You only have the one self. You need to be kind to it. That means drinking more water, eating well, getting decent sleep, getting some activity in. All right, folks. I want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. Tomorrow we have another one. I'll have another video for you. Until then, please have a good one, and may the Force be with you.